Hello, bookish friends of the internet. Welcome and welcome back to my channel. My name is Drew, and this is Drew's Ambitious Reading. And for today's video, I am here to talk about all the books I read in June. No, not June. In July and August. I'm going to combine my last 2 months of reading. I wanted to do June, but June was a lot, and I don't know where most of the books are for June, because most of them are in this stack over here. And I don't want to ruin this beautiful stack, so yeah, I should have left the June books out, but that's okay. Anyways, I am here to talk about all the books I read in the month of month of July and August. Because July was a terrible reading month because I went through surgery and all that in July during the terrible hospital trip that we had in July during my vacation. Anyways, I read 3 books in July. I'm not going to do reading stats for July. I do have reading stats for August. I'm just not going to do them for July because I only read 3 books and all 3 of them are fantasy books. So let's just jump into this. Quick wrap up. I'll give you 3 to 5 things of what I liked about the book and what I didn't love about the book. And then we're going to move on to my August wrap up. So let's just jump in, shall we? So the first book in July I read actually put me in a reading slump because of how amazing it was, and that was Blade Breaker by Victoria Aveyard. This is the second installment of the trilogy, I think. I think this is going to be a 4-book series, but I'm not too sure. I read book 1 earlier this year before I went to Y'all West because I thought I would meet Victoria Aveyard there, and I did run into her at Y'all West, but I didn't had my books with me at the time, so I sadly couldn't have her sign them. Otherwise I would have right then and there. But I was dying to get an arc of this one at Y'all West. This was like the one arc that I really wanted, and I never got it. And I am just happy I have a finished copy because they look stunning together on my bookshelf over there. This is the second installment of this trilogy, like I said. So we still follow all of our main characters we met from book 1. And this was a bit slower than book 1, which kind of sucks because this is a sequel that I was anticipating. I know it sounds like I'm kind of hating on the book, but like overall I really enjoyed it. It was fast paced. It was action-packed. I did wish we had less politics in this book series, but other than that, the world building was immaculate. I love this world. I want to live in it. I don't know if I'll survive in it, but it's a thick boy, and I can't believe I read it and loved it. So I gave this 3.5 out of 5 stars. And I know that's kind of a low rating for a book, but my channel, my thoughts. Next book I read in July was actually another one that I was kind of disappointed by, and that was Book of Night by Holly Black. This is the first book in a new adult fantasy duology from Holly Black. So hopefully we'll get book 2 sometime next year. And I'm actually really curious to see what she would do with the second installment of a series. Because when I was going into this, I buddy read this with my friend Karen from TikTok. I'll leave her her TikTok down below. I buddy read this with her, and we kept talking throughout the whole time we were buddy reading this. I actually finished this after she finished it, which was okay with me because again I was in the hospital, so I didn't really have a whole lot to do besides read, and I wasn't in the mood to read Book of Night at the time. So yeah, I really enjoyed this. This has dark atmospheric vibes, which is perfect for the fall season. And this follows, I don't even remember our main character name anymore. That's how long ago it feels like for me. Oh yeah, we follow Charlie, and she goes to this college or underground school or whatnot. I'm not too sure. It's been a while. Maybe I might need to just reread these books, these 2 most anticipated reads again next month, and just see if I do give them the rating that I'm giving them in this video, because it's kind of harsh. This one is also a 3.5, and I'm nervous to see what she will do in the sequel, but I just remember screaming no at the end of this book. Next book I read in the month of July was Rebel Rose by Emma Thurloot. I'm so sorry if I butchered that. This is the first book in the Queen's Council series, which I had my eye on for a while. I had this checked out for my library for the longest time ever, and I just returned it recently and bit the bullet and bought my own copy. And I also bought my own copy of book 2, which, what's in here? Oh, I thought I got rid of this. Okay. Anyways, yeah, I'm so excited to read the sequel for this series and see if I would love it, because I did really enjoy this. This one I gave 4 out of 5 stars. This is a Beauty and the Beast retelling, and I love me a good retelling, so there's that. That's all I can say for this without spoiling. And then jumping into August. August was somewhat of a better month, because as you saw, I only read 3 books for July. I read 6 books in the month of August, so it's not too bad, but it's definitely my second worst reading month of the year. But I do have some reading stats here. I'm going to just jump into my reading stats. 0 1 stars, 0 2 stars, 0 3 stars, 3 4 stars, 3 5 stars. 3 of these were arcs that I needed to read and review for you guys. 5 of them were audiobooks. 0 book of the month, 0 buddy reads, which is weird for me because I always have a buddy read going on. 1 completed series, 1 graphic novel, 0 library books, 1 physical read. 4 of these were 2022 new releases, 0 owl crates, and all 6 of these books that I read was on my August TBR list, because I didn't really make an August TBR because I wasn't too sure when I would be able to come home from the hospital, and obviously I came home earlier than I expected, which I'm thankful for, and I read a whole lot now that I've been home, and I'm hoping to read a whole lot more in September, because oh my god, I have a busy month. Anyways, my page count for August is 2,568 pages. My smallest book of the month was Star Wars The High Republic, The Edge of Balance, Volume 1. And my biggest book of the month, which I was shocked by, is Valor by Gwen, which I'll talk more in depth with these 2 books in a few minutes. But yeah, the first book I read in the month of August, let's just jump into it, is Star Wars The Edge of Balance by Shima, Shenzhen, and Justina Ireland. Sorry if I butchered that very first name. I know I did. This is an amazing graphic novel series so far. And I say amazing because I only read Volume 1. I'm gonna be reading Volume 2 in September to continue on with this series. There's no news about Volume 3, but the artwork is so simple and was so easy for me to read. I read it in literally like the day that I got this book from the hospital. I started reading it. Oh, birthday notes are falling out. But yeah, my friend Lori got me this book, and I'm so thankful that she did, because I really enjoyed this book. I give this one 4 out of 5 stars. It wasn't quite a 5-star because there were some characters in here that was kind of annoying me. They're just like little Padawans that I felt like shouldn't be there, but I know they're going to be important to the story. And yeah, it was just a fun, action-packed Star Wars graphic novel that I've been dying to read since they announced this new graphic novel series from them. And I overall really enjoyed it. The artwork was easy to follow along with. The words, the storyline was easy to follow along with. And yeah, I just love the world of the High Republic, and I can't wait to read more in this High Republic era, because I know Phase 2 is coming out very, very soon. So we love that. The next book I read, I don't own it because I returned it back to my friend Taylor, but that is Malice by Gwen, which is the first book in this series, which I also read Valor this month. I don't know how in the world I managed to read both Malice and Valor, because Malice was like 700 pages and Valor was like 680 or something like that. I'm not too sure exactly. but they are such big books. I really enjoyed this world. I can't believe how quickly I'm devouring the series. I gave Malice a 4 stars just because when I was physically reading it, I did got a little bit confused, but the audiobook like somehow magically clicked and everything was falling into place until I get to book 2 and I was crying my eyes out, and I am nervous to read book 3. I have book 3 on my September TBR just because I need to see what happens. But I can't really talk much about this series without spoiling it, so I might do like a series review before I have to return Valor back. But overall, I would never have picked up the series if my friend Taylor didn't convince me, so thank you so much, Taylor. You guys know and love her. I'll leave her social media down below. But I am so happy that I read and enjoyed something that she loved. This is an adult high fantasy series. This is a 4-book series, so I have like 2 more books to go, which I'm very excited to see, but also very sad to see because this will be like the 2nd fastest series I have completed this year. But overall, I love binge reading these back to back, and they were just so fun. Sometimes brutal even, and especially in book 2, it got super brutal with a few character deaths in here. The character death count was high in this. I always joke with Taylor that I always have a character death count going. I don't know why I do, but I always do. But I love the audiobook for these. Definitely check it out. If you're a fan of the Mistborn series by Brandon Sanderson, I think you would definitely love this series. They're very different, but both set in like the adult fantasy world, so I really love that. And I definitely am reading more diversely this year that I've noticed, and I'm definitely reading more adult fantasy books a lot, which is awesome. And yeah, I'm just overall really enjoyed this series so far. I gave Malice book 1 a 4 out of 5 stars, and then I give this one a 5 out of 5 stars. So very excited to continue on with this world, and not because it's my brother's name, but Corbin is definitely a good main character to follow along throughout this series, especially in this book. And again, I can't wait to read book 3. Next book I read was The Undead Truth of Us by Brittany S. Lewis. This one I actually my last 3 books I read were all for my arcs that I needed to get to. I read The Undead Truth of Us by Brittany S. Lewis. I read The Honeys by Ryan Lasalle, I believe is how we say the author's name. I'm so sorry. And Paola Santiago and the Sanctuary of Shadows by Taylor K. Mehej. All 3 of these books were sent to me from Jamie over at Rockstar Book Tours for their book tour reviews, and I thought I would just do a quick like thoughts and details of all 3 books in one video and just let you know what I loved and what I didn't love. So starting off, my first book I read was The Undead Truth of Us. Out of the 3 arcs that I own, I read this one first just because it was the shortest one and it sounded really good at the time, and it was. I really enjoyed this. The zombies kind of freaked me out a little bit just because I don't like scary stuff. So I wasn't expecting this to be like as scary for me. Like if anyone in my family or even Taylor would tell you how easily scared I get. But I overall really enjoy this. This has morally great characters. It has a friends to lovers trope, and what else did I mention? Oh, death of a family member in here, so definitely check out the trigger warnings beforehand. This follows our 16-year-old main character named Zariah, I think is how the audiobook said it. And we just follow her. She's trying to get through this thing called high school, and one day her mom dies like quickly. I can't think of that word. Oh my gosh, I hate myself. Dies quickly because of cancer, but before she dies, she got turned into a zombie. And we kind of go from there, and I don't want to spoil too much of it, but there is found family in here as well. I don't know if I mentioned that, but I really enjoyed this book. I give it 4 out of 5 stars, and I'll definitely be checking out more from Brittany in the future, so yay. The next book I read was one that I was not expecting to give 5 stars to, and that was The Honeys by Ryan Lasalle. This is my first book I read by Ryan Lasalle. I know he has about 3 books out, I want to say. Yeah, 3 books out. He has Reverie, Bedazzle, and now The Honeys. The Honeys is a YA contemporary with a little bit of a thriller in here because we follow our main character. Again, I'm bad with names. Mars. Wow, so easy to remember. And he is a twin in the family, and the twin sister dies, and unexpectedly as well. And she dies at this summer camp that is supposed to be like protecting these kids and whatnot. So there's a summer camp setting, which I love, and I never thought I would be creeped out by bees even more because I hated bees before reading this book, but now I hate them even more. If you read this book, you know why. This is getting a lot of buzz right now. Get it? Because it follows bees. Oh, I'm hilarious. Sorry, that was stupid. But it's getting a lot of buzz right now, and I'm so happy it is, because our main character is gendered fluid, and we love seeing that diverse cast of characters that we have in here. And also there was a twist in here that I did not see coming, and I love it when that happens in stories, especially like thrillers for me, because you guys know I don't read a whole lot of thrillers. But overall, I really love this one, and I will definitely be checking out more by Ryan Lasalle. I actually have Reverie on my shelf, and I might pick that up sometimes this year. Next book I read and I want to talk about is Paola Santiago and the Sectionary of Shadows. I actually just finished this book yesterday, so all my thoughts and feelings are still somewhat fresh. I really enjoyed this book and this book series in general. This is the 3rd and final book in the trilogy, so I'm not going to be talking too much about what happens in here. I am happy we have a little bit of a recap in the beginning, because if you like me, you know you have to wait a year for the next book in the series to come out, and there was a little bit of a recap in here, which I really enjoyed. So I can't wait to see what Taylor K. Mehesh has in store for us for other books that she has plans of writing. I think she said she might do like a spin-off series in here or something like that. I'm not too sure. If she does, that would be cool. Again, there's found family. There's a quest that Paola Santiago has to go on, and she's trying to go on this quest to bring back one of her best friends. Again, it's hard for me to talk about a finale without spoiling it. So yeah, overall, I really enjoyed it. Gave it 5 stars. Such a quick, easy read, and I read it in like 2 days. So very happy that I was able to get this up for my book review date. So yeah, those are all the books that I read in July and August. If you read any of these books, let me know what you thought of these down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and until next time, I'll chat with you down in the comments below. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button and turn your notification on so you don't miss any new videos coming from me every single Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope y'all have a great day or night. Bye.